It's episode 20 of the Medellin podcast.
20.
My name is Andrew Messia.
And I'm Joel Duncan.
And we are in the Red Door Studios.
Studioing away.
We're going to be drinking some rum.
And
drinking some beer.
And also some very organic fruit juices. La Dcada for the new decade. 2nd of January.
The new decade.
It's here.
It's here.
Oh yeah.
Sing it, Henrik.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Say oh yeah. And Drew brought the beer. Drew brought the beer. Yeah. I taught them everything they know.
This is episode 20 of the Medellin podcast. My name is Andrew Messia.
I'm Joel Duncan.
Today on the Medellin podcast, we're going to be talking about CPGs, consumables, and something else.
Yeah. What the fuck is CPG?
I have no idea, but my friend Drew over here, who's in the audience, told me about that, and I totally forgot what it means. But anyway,
goods.
Goods.
What goods?
Goods. Yeah, we talk about goods.
And who's this? Who we have today?
Hi, my name is Henrik. I'm from Germany.
No shit.
No shit.
Representing Alemania.
And actually, this was not choreographed.
Yeah.
We're all wearing, for those of you that are listening on Spotify, on Spreaker, on Apple Podcasts, on all the platforms.
Yeah.
You can't see us, but we're all wearing like pink shirts.
Pink underwear tight.
Yeah. This is like
we're gonna show that later.
This is my first pink shirt in my life, actually.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had one.
And it's actually for breast cancer awareness.
We got to do that.
And also, we just wanted to see if our guest could blend his skin color and shirt all together in one.
Worked out pretty fine.
It's working pretty fine.
Heinrich is very pink.
You got episode 20. They got a shirt today.
So this is episode 20, and it's the first episode of 2020.
Welcome to 2020, the new
decade. The new Dcada.
The new Dcada. Ooh, I like that. That's got a good ring to it.
That's cool.
Why are you
first,
here? And what are we drinking today, Andrew? You do the drinks. I always talk about the drinks.
So today we're going to be drinking some rum. It's called Botran, and I think it's from Guatemala. Is
nice. Check it out while you talk about the
I think it's from
Guatemala. Okay, no, that's just Guatemala.
Guatemala, right? Yeah, it's Guatemala, 15 years, pretty good rum.
Yeah,
cool.
I like it. I'm not a big rum guy, but I'd rather do whiskey or gin. What do you like, Joe?
I'm a big rum guy. I'm from the Caribbean. I grew up drinking rum.
Is it Caribbean or Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Different people say it different ways. The same thing. Caribbean, you say Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Yeah,
that's the German way to say it.
It's a German way to say it. Caribbean.
And actually, people from the Caribbean don't actually say we're from the Caribbean. We say we're from the West Indies. Or we say we're West Indian.
Yeah.
Which is actually facts. This is where you get the knowledge on the Medellin podcast.
I'm just Colombian Indian. That's it.
Yeah, Colombian.
So we're drinking some rum. We're doing some Tres Cordilleras beers that Drew so nicely provided today.
And what's that?
This is Águila Zero, Colombian beer without any alcohol.
Basically water.
This is a first in the Medellin podcast. Yeah. A guest that doesn't drink. It is possible.
We're going to talk about that.
Say no to alcohol.
Yeah,
say no
there is
to drugs.
life after alcoholism.
Say no to sex.
Yeah, say no to everything. But don't say no to
me.
Dcada.
Dcada. We have Dcada.
Yes.
Wait, firstly, your brand is, can you pronounce it for everybody out there? What's your brand? And what is it? Tell us
It's called Dcada, Refrescos Certificados Orgánicos.
Oh,
and like organic juice blends.
I hope that's
Dcada.
not your website name. Because
No.
Say it again. Say it again.
Dcada, Refrescos Certificados Orgánicos.
Yeah, you can fuck that up easily. So here's what's even funny. So that's his. This is it, by the way. Probably we're gonna see this on the screen for those that are who are just listening. We've got guayaba naranja. That's
Guava with orange.
Guava with orange, and we got one.
And this is mango and passion fruit or maracuja.
Yes.
So here's what makes this
favorite,
here's what makes this whole thing interesting, because usually we take a shot every 5 to 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. But what do we do when someone doesn't drink? Well, he's gonna drink the zero. But guess what we have today? We have
some Molly.
Not the Molly. Let's talk about the Molly. But we have, for the very first time, a surrogate drinker.
Woo! A surrogate drinker.
And he's a past guest.
Over to the
Drew
guest.
Crawford is going to be the surrogate. So when that alarm goes off, and it will, our guest will get fucked up off of his Aguila Zero, and Drew on the couch will
Already feeling
continue to get fucked up off of Boatron Run.
Yeah, so
Nice plan.
yeah, I'm very excited to have you here.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
And I know we've known each other for a long time, and we've hung out a couple times over the course of the years, but I've never actually sat and talked to you about your business or even your personal life, or even where you're from. So I'm really excited to talk about it.
Cool.
So I guess let's jump right into it. So,
do it.
Heinrich, do you prefer Heinrich or the maneuver? The Heinrich maneuver.
Oh yeah, that's like a historical
So
joke right there.
Pronounce your name.
It's a historical joke.
Pronounce your name for the world to hear. Say
It's like a dad
I
joke.
get uncomfortable when I say your name because I think I'll fuck it up.
Okay, so literally it would be Henrik. But like I appreciate, I've been knowing you for such a long time now, like I think it's like 6 years or something, and you always say Heinrich.
Yeah,
and I
maneuver.
like that. I love that because like my uncle, his name is actually Heinrich, like the classical.
Really?
Mine is like a modern adaptation, and actually it was because of you that I even saw this like this connection between the two names. So thank you
Dang.
very
You
much.
know that I
so
actually
I
don't-
never corrected it because I love you to say Heinrich.
I don't
Oh.
even say Heinrich. Ask Andrew what I call you. The maneuver.
It's
I
just
say the maneuver. I go,
H&M.
the maneuver is
H&M.
on. Yeah, H&M. Heinrich maneuver. Bro, fuck. That's a great story. Change your name. You know, just
Yeah.
change it.
No, I actually
If I
like.
one day do like wrestling or something, it's gonna
Yo,
be the
So what's
maneuver.
the proper?
Off the top rope.
What's the proper pronunciation again?
Henrik.
Henrik. I will never say that.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I already
please
forgot.
don't.
Is the head nod? Henrik.
Henrik. All right, so Henrik, let's get started.
He just called him. Oh shit! He just. Oh god. That was the wrong. He just called him hand rack. That's the worst American adaptation of a name. Okay, hand rack. All right.
So Heinrich, I know that you have Dcada. Let's talk before we get into business. Let's talk about yourself. You're from Germany. How long have you been in Medellin?
I first came here in 2013 and I was like on and off for a year. And then I stayed here like on the end of 2013. So it's like almost 6 years now.
Oh, 6 years.
Wow.
And have you lived in the same neighborhood this whole time, or?
I actually when I first came here, I used to live in like San Juan, but like closer to Comuna 13, but like not up the hill. And then we moved to El Centro. But like ever since 5 years ago, I would say, I have been living in Laureles.
Because your money went up, huh? You got more money. Is that what happened?
No, like I got like used to what happens in El Centro, and like it's cool because everything is really close, but like it's not a high quality of living though.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to go to Laureles, and I've been enjoying living there a lot.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I lived in downtown for a year and a half. Where were you living there?
Por las Torres de Bomboná.
Me too.
Oh really?
Yeah,
You guys
what's
are
up?
neighbors. West Side? Is that the West side? I don't know where
The
that
T
is.
side, Torres de Bomboná side.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. See,
yeah.
Central. I'm the only one that has it.
What year was that when you were living in Torres de Bomboná?
Like beginning of 2014.
Dang.
Like 3 months.
No, I
They
was
were
not
only
living
3
there,
months
no.
or 4 months.
14,
And then we got
15,
kicked out of the
16,
apartment.
You got kicked out of a
You got
Yes,
kicked out?
that's like-
Central of Medellin.
Yes.
No, but those are nice apartments, and they're huge, right?
That's-
Well, like the
yeah.
one that I was in was like 5 rooms.
Okay, no, ours
Yeah.
was like 3 rooms, but like the story why we got kicked out is actually quite funny.
Okay.
You know, I don't know, like for the people that don't know, in Medellin you can rent a lavadora, like a washing machine.
Yeah.
It's something I've never seen in the entire
Like
world.
people
But
show up with
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you rent it, you call them, and they'll come. Literally, a guy on a motorcycle has a washing machine strapped to the back,
Funniest
and he
thing
brings
ever.
it, and he'll literally like climb it up the stairs. Obviously, in Torres de Bomboná, there's an elevator, so he'd bring it and install it, and then when you're done with it, they'll come and pick it up, and you pay per hour, right?
yeah, it's
Labor
like
is
3
cheap.
hours is 15,000. So
How much?
like $4 for 3 hours. So
15,000 pesos. Yeah.
yeah, it's literally not even expensive,
Wow.
and they bring it, and they are told to install it.
Right.
Right, and that's what always worked for a while.
Right.
Like there was this one time, there was one guy, I don't know what happened with him. He didn't install it correctly. So we put on our washing machine. We left to have lunch. When we came back, the whole entire apartment was underwater,
Whoa.
and we lived very, very close to the elevator. So the water was even dripping down the elevator. That's when the
shit.
fucking like administrator of the building came up to us and said, "Okay, guys, I know you're like foreigners. I know the guy from the Migración.
Wow.
So you have 6 days to get out of this apartment. You can never come into this building again. Never, ever." So
Really?
that was when we got a little bit under pressure to get
I've
out
never
of
been
it.
evicted anywhere, but
Wow.
that's amazing.
I have.
That was so cool.
Yeah. So you live downtown, and now you live in Laureles. And so how do you like Laureles? So for those of you that are listening that don't know where Laureles is, it's basically just south of downtown, kind of on the east side of the. Is it east or west? West side. West side of the city. Yeah, west side of the city. West side of the river, basically.
Yeah.
How do you like it? Do you like living there?
It's very cool. It's flat, so I can always go by bike. I can do a lot of stuff by bike, and I love that. All the sports facilities are very close, and I'm a huge sports fan, play basketball with Andrew and so on. So that's very nice. And we also got the metro station like 2 blocks or 3 blocks away, so I can be, even in Pobledo and stuff like that, can be very quickly.
Right.
So nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I love it.
We jumped forward a bit. Why the hell did you come to Medellin in the first place?
Okay. I first came here by recommendation of a lot of friends I had that said, hey, you have to go to Colombia and especially to Medellin. That's when I first came here and to do an internship for 7 weeks, and it was quite nice. I loved it. I loved the city.
Who are you doing that into? What's the company with?
It was an NGO called Techo. They build like.
Oh, I know Techo.
Okay, can you explain?
It's not a person.
Well, they build houses. They build houses for obviously displaced people,
Yeah, exactly.
out in the mountainsides. I was invited to go one time by Diego Duque. And
he wasn't to that.
You know it's Duque, right? Duque means poop.
Oh, sorry, Diego.
Diego Duque. Like I don't know if in Germany, no, they wouldn't use the word.
Shout out to Diego Duque. Everybody knows.
Shout out to Diego.
He's one of the most
Duque.
famous dudes of all Medellin.
Yeah, he's very famous.
Cool. So yeah, I was with them for 7 weeks, and I got to see various sides of Medellin, like the displaced and the very poor, and then I came to Poblado and like see all the hot clubs and everything that's going on here, and I love the city, so I wanted to come back. That's why I came here as a student for a semester.
Okay.
Half a year later.
Like what, Spanish?
No, there was I was studying a master's degrees in Berlin on like Latin American studies, more or less, and then I wanted to do research here for my master thesis.
Yeah. Wow.
Never happened because meanwhile my brother came over and we had this business idea. That's why we stayed.
Yeah, and how old were you when you first got to Medellin?
Like 28.
28, and now?
Late 20s. I'm gonna be 35 in January.
35.
Don't get uncomfortable over your age, man. I have great fucking hairs flying out of my beard right now. You did a wink that I've never seen anyone do on it. I felt uncomfortable. You just went like this. 35. I don't know.
I mean, it's always with these 5-year steps. You think like, oh man, 35. That's something else, you know.
Yeah.
I thought the same by 30, and it wasn't. But
wait till you get your first gray chest hair or pube. That fucks you up, man. That's
a great pube.
Damaging.
Still not there yet.
Imagine Drew with a great pube, red all red.
I don't want to imagine that actually. I don't want to imagine anybody with a great pube.
Huge advantage of being red haired all over my body. Doesn't happen too much.
Wait, you won't get grays?
No.
You'll never get a gray?
Maybe I can. You had gray hairs, Drew?
My dad's probably almost 60 and he hasn't.
Your dad
It's
is
something
60
that's
and he
not so
doesn't have
typical for
gray
blonde
hairs.
and red haired people.
You guys should start like a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Empowerment of the redheads in Medellin.
Fire crotch in Medellin.
Male gingers.
Male gingers. Male gingers in Medellin group. Members 4.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
Also invite our parents.
And so Dcada, tell us about Dcada. What's the history behind the company?
My brother and me, we both were into organic drinks in Germany before, like way back in the time.
Trendsetters.
And when we came here, we saw that there's not a single organic, like USDA certified drink on the market.
You what?
USDA is the US organic certification.
Okay, it's like a renowned, like worldwide accepted.
Exactly. It's this green seal.
Okay.
People won't be able to see it, but maybe you can put it in later.
We'll put it offline later.
It's something that like our US viewers are going to be relating to because that's something that happens on the Whole Foods market and so on.
Okay.
So we didn't find any of that here, and we found it like kind of surprising because there's so many like fruits and all this variety in Colombia, but not a single organic certified drink, something that like wasn't accepted here yet. So we thought it was a good idea to do that.
Wow.
Okay.
And what year was that when you guys started the company?
We started in 2014.
2014. With you and your brother.
Yes.
It was just you two, but had you had any experience making drinks or any of this distributing a product like this ever?
We didn't have any experience in making and setting up a company with organic juices, but we both used to work in organic drinks companies in Germany on different ends. My brother used to do sales for one company, and I was like on sales and a little bit like business development in another company. So we could, like, we had the opportunity to put these things together. Also, we have some consultants from Germany that are founders of organic beverage companies themselves.
Oh, amazing.
So that helped a lot in the beginning, like setting up a formula. We didn't have any clue, but it was just a few calls, and then we knew at least what to focus on.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. So the formula, you received help with the formula, but the business side, you guys took care of that yourselves.
Yeah, we set up a business plan throughout 2014. Received the first small investments from family members and friends.
Okay.
And then we started looking for providers, which was like the biggest step, because if there's no one to relate to, not another company that does the same, which you could like look up the providers of, we had to find them all ourselves. Like, is there any farmer in Colombia that has organic seals? Because all the fruits we need to use, they have to be organic certified.
Wow.
And in a country where those drinks don't exist, where do you get these fruits?
Yeah.
And that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now today it's a little bit easier, but in 2014 it was like Wild West. We had to literally call people and just ask them if they know anyone.
Now, where did you find your
Crazy.
first farmer with that seal?
Where we found some. The first we found were in Valle de Cauca, close to Cali, and those are the mango providers, right?
Yeah, because that was your first. That was your first.
The first
flavor
flavor was obviously then it would become mango passion fruit.
Okay.
Because we found the mango guys, and some friend of ours who's a cook in Germany, he said mix the mango with maracuja, with passion fruit. It's a great combination.
Okay.
So we actively looked for a maracuja provider, and we found one in Manizales.
Okay.
And that became the first
And,
combination.
that's your first one. And how,
Yeah!
Time
Circuit.
to shoot some shots.
Where's the circuit?
Motherfuckers.
Pick up your zero. You
Cheers.
went from
Cheers!
zero to hero. And
Drew!
Cheers, Felipe.
Oh, that's
All right.
so
Well, before we go on, let me give a special shout out to Felipe, because we never mentioned his name, and like I think the last time we mentioned his name was like episode 6.
no, I think it was like the last two episodes ago, and then you said we'll just like hire somebody else.
Oh yeah. So Felipe, if you cross our paths, you're fired. No, Felipe, by the way, he does all of the engineering and editing. He does all the sound, the lights, the camera. He's like a one-man show, so shout out to Felipe.
Not a one-trick pony though.
Yeah, Felipe, aka Flippy.
Yeah, aka the
Flippy.
artist formerly known as Luis.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, aka the lady killer.
the lady killer.
Nice to meet you. I'm Maneuver.
The maneuver. I'm the maneuver.
The maneuver. Yeah, that'd be a good Instagram.
Yeah.
And by the way, before we go real, what's your Instagram?
I don't have any.
No, but for
not yours. Nobody cares about you.
Oh,
Talk about Dcada.
Companies is Dcada CO.
And how do you spell that for the people that can't?
Dcada CO. That's also the Facebook and the website.
Okay.
DCD.
Dcada for Dcada and then CO.
Okay.
DCADA dot
CO.
.co.
You can't put the dot or you just leave it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's where you
But
find
I'm sure
these
if
guys.
you type in the search Dcada, you'll find it.
So
Yeah.
back to the question was so Valle de Cauca near Cali is where you got your first supplier of those mangoes.
And then obviously we thought we had made it.
Yeah, of course. I remember. Wait. So how many flavors do you have right now?
It's 2 and another one coming up next year. Next decade. For the new Dcada.
For the new
new
Dcada.
Dcada.
So you're gonna be 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 then.
3. Okay.
So the sourcing of the actual fruits was kind of an endeavor for you guys, because obviously it has to be specifically a certain type of fruit that's grown organic or whatever. I noticed that there's another sticker on here called it says Alimento Ecológico.
Yeah, Alimento Ecológico is the Colombian seal. It's it's basically the same that USDA says for the US market. You find that here with the Colombian seal that's called Alimento Ecológico. It means organic product.
Okay.
Wait, I just tasted this, so I want to give my.
You didn't shake it.
Did you change this flavor since the original?
It's funny with the organic fruits
Here,
because
check
literally every batch we make,
It's different.
it tastes a little different. And there are like batches that taste a little bit more like mango, others
Yeah.
that taste a little bit more like maracuja, and then both of them are sweetened with panela.
Yeah.
And sometimes it even tastes a little bit more like panela,
Yeah,
because
that-
the panela is like it gets a little more.
That's great.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
really good,
honestly the first time I tried it, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm an organic juice type of guy. This is a little odd, you know. But then again, since then, I've actually done a full year without sugar and all that stuff. So
Cool.
this taste, that back when I tasted it, I was like, fuck, that's too hardcore for me. But now I just tasted it. I'm like, I drink that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I drink it for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's why, and the taste, I don't know. I don't know if it's my palate that's changed, but it tastes a lot. I can taste the fruits, and as you're talking about, like the panela and whatever else is in there, a lot more than I did the first time.
Of course, we're working on product quality constantly, and we have been doing so for like 4 years ever
Yeah.
since the first one came out.
Exactly.
But it is funny that sometimes we get a new batch and we feel the difference. This is a little bit more mango. This is a little bit different.
Is that ever a problem?
Nice.
Is that because we were just talking about this whole thing about Pantone colors? So so
yeah.
you know, you get your brochure printed and they don't use, or like your T-shirts, and you don't use Pantone colors, and then the code, and then you know you end up with a color that doesn't look like your brand at all. So, and that's a big deal for for big companies. What is it in terms of like taste of a product? Like if I open this right now and I taste it and I had the experience I just did, the next time I open the bottle, I want the same experience. How does that?
Yeah, you can call it a bug or a feature, right? Because
Yeah.
like obviously Coca-Cola is gonna make sure that every time you open that bottle, it's gonna taste exactly the same.
Yeah.
Easy for them because it's all chemicals
Exactly.
that always react the same way. But people that look for organic products, like we assume that they are gonna be willing to have that, like to note, okay, these are real fruits.
Yeah.
Real fruits that we put into a bottle, and obviously they're gonna be reacting a little bit different from time to time.
Yeah.
And it's like on different times of the year, the maracuja gets a little bit more sour, or the mango gets a little sweeter. I love that. Like for me, it's great to be
Yeah.
like that. But like, of course,
Is that what customers say? Do customers say that?
we have gotten good reaction. Like there was never somebody like really writing us a message like, this is not my Dcada anymore or something like that. I never heard that.
Okay.
Wow.
What does 13% fruit mean?
And it's a refreshing drink, right? It's not meant to be a smoothie.
Okay.
That would be like almost 100% fruit.
Just buying a fruit.
And it's like eating a meal.
Yeah.
This is like more you eat it, you drink it with a meal because actually doesn't have any more calories than a gaseosa, than a soft drink, because it's mainly water. It's
Okay.
80% water. Then you have the fruit. You have a little panela. That's basically
Andrew would love that because he's trying to have Barbie body and everything. You know, he just you know, the light beverages.
Yeah.
And the
You know what I like
veganism.
about the bottle though? The bottle says, con cada botella que tomas apoyas a los pequeños campesinos de la región. So
Can you
with
translate that?
Yeah, with each bottle that you drink, you're supporting the small farmers of the region, which
Like
is
Drew.
pretty awesome. Like Drew,
Like the farmers, like
definitely
Drew.
not a farmer.
Yeah.
I want to be that.
So I guess my next question is, where is Dcada located? The physical location.
Cool. We are producing our stuff in Sabaneta, which is south of Medellin. We are sourcing from all over Colombia right now, and we are working with farmers associates from different regions, post-conflict zones, right?
Wow.
We have had a project going on in Marinilla, which is like 2 hours direction Bogota, like to the east, and we have certified 8 fincas, 8 farmer families there, for them to be able to, whatever they grow, vegetables or fruits, being able to sell them with the same seal.
So
with
you
the
help
Alimento
them.
Ecologico.
You help them to get the certification.
That's something we do with this.
That's amazing. That's probably life changing. Have you seen their lives change? Have you?
Yeah, they are able to charge double or triple from what they were charging before.
That's
Just
amazing.
like that. It's
like-
Yo, big ups for that. That's
Hey,
awesome.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's
That's
amazing.
helping society right there, man.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Good for
and
Woo!
Since we need to help society, come on,
We gotta
circuit.
help ourselves to some drinking.
Hey,
Cheers.
don't you be like not taking your
Cheers.
zero.
Drink
yeah,
zero.
drink
Cheers.
double zero.
We should do the helicopter. You know the helicopter. Man, so many. There's so many
Oh,
questions.
we should mix this. Does this mix well with rum? We should try it.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you can mix
Pour
the
it in here,
Dcada with
shake it
rum,
up.
of course.
Here.
Do the bottle. Or give me the-
There, there.
Oh wait, the what? Oh,
Yeah,
the
the
glass,
shot
a half
glass,
and half
yeah.
shot. All
Yeah,
right.
let's put some
That's why I
bartender.
put the glass there.
Yeah, good idea.
Cool.
So man, that's amazing. I was gonna ask you that. And we're gonna get back to that because that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have any copycats? Do you have anybody trying to do what you're doing?
When we set up our business plan in 2014, we were expecting to be ahead of the market maybe a year.
Okay.
We were pretty sure that by 2015, if we are not quick enough, there was going to be somebody else, and maybe somebody bigger with more financial resources.
Yeah.
So we always try to be quick and try to distribute to the whole country. Now, fast forward 5 years later, we're still the only organic certified drink in Colombia. From what I know, I just had a discussion on Facebook, and somebody told me that he knows about organic certified drinks in Colombia. If there's anybody out there who wants to show me one, I'm happy. Like I don't see him too much like as a competitor. I want to know about that stuff, because if they believe in the same things we believe in, we can probably work together. So I'm not like on warfare with these type of people. Just like when I refer to we're the only ones, it's because I've never known anybody else being certified with the seal.
That's interesting that you see that you say that working with people that believe in the same things that you believe. So I guess Henrik, what do you guys believe in? What's your vision for Dcada?
Heinrich
the maneuver.
You
see how my reaction every time I hear that?
I saw the eye twitch when he said, so Heinrich.
I'm falling in love.
So I'm just going to call you maneuver. Fuck that shit. What's a maneuver? Manooge.
Hand rack.
Hand rack?
Right.
What? In America, they call me hand rack.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. So it's basically three things that we believe in. It's the health of the customer. So you said you used to live sugar-free. I would love to hear more about that. It's crazy good. And one big problem of society is the overconsumption of sugar, of salt, of fat, of whatever. So we want to have customers that are like conscious about their decisions. It doesn't mean to ever eat a steak or to drink a Coke. It doesn't matter, but you have to do it consciously. You have to know what you put into your body. That's what we're trying to create with our website and with our social media. One. Second is the sustainability. Our bottles are returnable. We use them again when we can. Amazing. We try to avoid any kind of waste, because waste is one of the biggest problems the earth is facing. So that's the second. And the third is the social aspect, to try to give something back to society, even if it's not even our country of origin, but we see Colombia as our country for a little bit right now. So we want to make this a little bit more equal, a little bit better country, and that's what we do with working with farmers.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
Sounds amazing.
I love that. So and talk about the bottles. So for example, when we finish here, you can just take them back to the so in Sabaneta, you guys have like the building where you guys make the drink, and do you guys bottle it yourself there?
No, that's called Maquila. It's a company that just does the filling for us.
Wait, what? What's the name of that?
Maquila is the Spanish word, or the Colombian Spanish word for a beverage company, or company that's specialized in producing products for other companies. They don't have their own products, but they are filling bottles for a lot of people.
They do that for a lot. Do they do beer and all that stuff too, or what do they
I think alcoholic drinks is a little different. You should ask the 20 Mission guys about them, because you have to have this process of fermenting and so on. It's something that they don't offer, because it takes days to weeks from what I learned. This is just pasteurized. So and we come there one day, we bring our fruits, it's called fruit pulp, then they do the mixing, they heat it up, they fill the bottles, they cool it down, and then next day we can take it.
So you guys don't have any sort of plant or factory to do. That's actually amazing.
It cuts your overhead. Well, I guess it's the overhead is the payment to them, but you also don't have to maintain machinery. You don't have to have employees doing that.
Exactly. Every day that you have this factory and it stands still, you're paying for nothing. You're losing money. Right? So we are way better off like being this flexible right now while we're growing, and we don't know where this is like getting us, right? We don't know where the top is. Is it 100,000 bottles a year, or 1 million, or 10 million? Because everything has happened. Even in Colombia, there's like always this big example. What's it called? The elephant in the room. It's called Hatsu. It's an iced tea from some ex-students of EAFIT made in Colombia. They started very small.
Didn't know that.
That's the story they tell.
I know about that. I didn't know, but I didn't know that's a history.
And they've been bought by the biggest beverage company in Colombia, and right now they're selling probably like 20 million bottles a year. That's a huge number for a small country with not.
Do you know how much it was bought for? Do you have any idea?
Was it?
Do you have any idea how much
it
money?
Was bought? No, they never disclosed.
Would you do that if somebody came to you and said, "Hey, we want to," a little controversial, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, whatever the company is.
They said we want to get into the organic game.
We want to buy your brand. Would you sell?
Actually, you mentioning these kind of brands in more developed markets like the US or Europe, they are already into it. in Germany, there's a brand called Vio, VIO, made by Coca-Cola or bought by Coca-Cola, and they are organic certified. So on better development, it has happened before. So it's not so far out of reach that it could happen.
Would you look forward to that?
And we are not exactly looking forward to it, but it's something that if you do a little research in the beverage market, like globally, it's something that you always have to take into consideration because it's just something that can happen. And when we talk about somebody wanting to buy your company as big as these companies that you just mentioned, it's not always like a very friendly relationship. It's not like somebody coming to you, hey, you're so great, here's this bag of money, take it, please. It's like they come into you and say, hey, here's a bag of money. You can take it, or we're gonna set up a fake product of your product. We have like 100,000 times your size, so you better sell.
That's
something
nuts.
because we know.
Yeah, that's like pressure.
I'm not even talking about illegal stuff.
But that's like legal pressure.
Monopolized markets work.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. The beverage market globally is dominated by like 5 big companies.
So they basically say we're gonna. So they're basically saying, what's this?
That's the. Here, I need a shot of this though. Can you fill this up for you? Please, thanks.
It's with Dcada.
That's actually pretty damn.
Yeah, the rum with Dcada is amazing. Actually.
Here, put those big dirty fingers in there. Who knows where your fingers were?
They were on the guitar.
They were all into Dcada.
Left or right hand?
Yeah, I know. Shoot, do you wipe with the? I don't know.
When you set up a beverage company, you better take into account that it can happen, and you better set up to be ready for that.
Yeah.
We did that from the business plan on. We're ready for the day. We are so small that we're still under their radar, which is good for us because we can act very freely.
And if that happens, what would you do?
Okay, that was the initial question, and it would depend very much on different factors.
No, but there's 2 questions there, because the one is if they came and they said, here's the bag of money. There's many questions there. Like, what would that bag of money look like? First is what I want to know.
Yeah.
And then what if they came and strong-armed you and said, we're going to set up this brand called Dcada Dos.
Whatever.
Or
beside you, because there's something that happens in
Decado.
Or like century, right?
You know what's fucked up? I don't know, it happens all over the world, but here in Colombia, if you set up a successful business on the street,
all the copycats
will not only set up a business and try to find their own location on the same street. There'll be 5 coffee shops in a row, and you're like, why couldn't you go 2 blocks away?
Yeah.
It's something here.
Speaking of Marinilla, I was in Marinilla, this was 4 years ago. I don't know if you remember that there was a Facebook hamburgers. And it was the Facebook logo and hamburgers. Yeah, it was Facebook hamburgers.
That's fucking great. Yeah, this is because there's no copyright law, at least it's not enforced in Colombia, so that's why all this happens. You know the Mario Bros? It's
Mario Brothers.
It's a hamburger restaurant.
What about number one brand? You guys better protect that shit with some copyright. Nigga Styles. Have you heard of that? they better watch out, because the Americans, if they catch a hold of that, my brothers out there, that's a real haircutting place out here in Envigado called Nigga Styles. I think there's a Z in there somewhere that makes it politically correct. Nigga Styles. I'm like, fuck, I should go there, cut my hair, except I don't have any. And I bet they don't know how to do beards. Anyways, but yeah, so what would happen if the fucking beverage mafia, you said it. There's the coffee mafia. I know about them. We're coming at you.
No, we're not. We're staying away from you guys. You guys are too powerful.
True. All right. now that you called my bluff, I'm not coming after you. Yeah. What would you do?
Yeah, it depends very much. It depends on if they are friendly and they want to be like an extended partnership, and we stay CBO. We can do whatever we want. We can bring out the flavor.
Yeah, what?
We can be the CEOs. We can be in control of the company. Do set up new flavors with more financial resources, with better logistics. Yeah. It's not the worst thing to do, right? No. But if it's this kind of the scenery that we just mentioned, then we would of course have to consider for how long could we go on a war with some of them, or just stick to what we do, and when would we have to give up, and then maybe it's better to sell, right?
So I think that's really interesting for those of you that are listening that are into business and maybe not in business yet, or thinking about entrepreneurship.
Have dreams of.
or have visions and dreams about becoming owners. I love how that you started this company with the end in mind. You had the end goal in mind. Joel and I, we were just trying to make a living.
Exactly. That's what I was there.
2013
business plan.
2013 when we first started Red Door Studios, we were just trying to make a buck.
You got that book with all your dick pics that you draw, and something that had like a fucking
and nobody would buy them.
Yeah,
and
that's it. That was our business plan. Andrew's dick pic book.
Yeah, it was just like a notebook where I have all my dick pics. But we were just trying to survive, and now it's literally 2019 is where we're like, okay, let's get the end in mind where we can sell this company or actually
a franchise
or get investors in, to have every possible scenario ready. So for those of you that are listening that want to get into business, I think that's a really good lesson, knowing that
build to sell.
Build to sell. That's a great fucking catchphrase.
But that's actually a book, I think. And actually, you know who mentioned that? And we all we were at some point you're going to be on here, Tyler Gillespie, however you say your name.
And whenever Tommy Joyner comes up,
Tommy Joyner Kersey, we got all them boys. Yo, but Tyler, I mean, this is after they sold it. Do you know Tyler?
No.
Well, so they sold their marketing company. We're gonna talk about that some other time. And I remember he did a post about his business, and then I made a comment on the post, and he's like, I mean, he's younger than me, but it sounded like a father. He's like, so Joel, have you and Andrew thought about your exit strategy, about how you're going to sell? And I'm like, nope. We thought about surviving.
Yeah.
Our business was based on survival. And yeah, you talking about that, I think, Andrew, that's an amazing fucking point that you foresaw that you're going to, I hope that's a word, that these companies, the Coca-Colas of this world, could actually come and potentially buy you, and you're thinking about that. So, and the question is though, and it's funny, we're connected. Our periods are the same. What is your vision? You said he said you have the end in mind, but what is your vision for Dcada? What did you envision before you even started? You're at a point now, but what do you want for it?
What did I want when we began?
Great. What did you want, and now what do you want?
When we set up the business plan, we saw that there's this huge opportunity of becoming like the one beverage that's equal to the market. So whenever there are gonna be competitors, everybody say, this is the new Dcada.
Yeah.
So like as it happened with other products that became like from the brand name became equal to the market they are selling.
Band-Aid.
Was it
Band-Aid? You know Band-Aid?
No, but
Band-Aid is like a curita? Or do you call it like the when you get a cut, you put a Band-Aid on.
Oh, you put Band-Aid on, right?
Band-Aid is just a brand. Exactly. So that's what you wanted.
Yeah, so Dcada should be like the synonym or something like that for all the organic beverages, not only in Colombia, but maybe all over Latin America.
Yeah.
So that's how we started.
That's amazing.
Now, 5 years later, and like way much more down to earth, we trying to see that Colombia's market is developing more and trying to stay alive here while we focus on export sales and to more developed markets, because that's where the money is. You know that's something that I learned from Andrew actually, because you always said that, right? Like spend pesos, make dollars. At first I was thinking we could make it and like being sustainable just in Colombia, but over the years we have seen it so difficult because a lot of people have to watch their money back so much all over the week, and they can't just afford to drink like
and premium. How much does this cost?
The average price right now is maybe down to 4,500. That's a little.
That's good, because you guys when I remember it was like
4,500 for one of these. Yeah, I remember there was
like 7. Right?
So we already tried to like get it a little like more accessible, because we saw with this very much premium price in the restaurants and so on, it was even more difficult.
Exactly.
Now you can find us in Éxito, in Carulla, when you're gonna find us between.
You got the Éxito deal.
Yes.
Congratulations. By the way, for those people that don't know, we want to drink to that. That deserves a drink.
Éxito
and Carulla. The biggest, I'm assuming it's the biggest.
Here, Joe.
Don't hate me if I'm wrong on this. I think it's the biggest supermarket chain.
In Colombia?
In the country. That's like being in Whole Foods, almost.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
maybe
here.
Whole Foods is even more related to Carulla.
Okay.
And we always want to be in Carulla because that's the one like we really like above average supermarket
That's where
chain,
your
dark
customers
design
shop.
and so on.
That's where they shop.
Carulla is the premium version of Éxito.
Exactly. It's actually owned by the same company.
Yeah,
It's
so-
another monopoly.
It's a
Man,
French
that's
company.
fucking
Yeah.
amazing, man.
Cheers.
Yo, so
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Before
Drink your-
I'm gonna cheers to this. Here's because
Yeah.
usually you gotta give a toast. So here's my toast to the maneuver.
I have so many more questions, Joel.
So many. No, but I'm just I'm gonna just say right now, man. I am so fucking proud.
Thank you.
I am so proud because earlier when we were talking but not talking, I said we're like the founding fathers of this shit. We are the first or the second generation. We call it the real first generation of people that tried entrepreneurship here, that came with these crazy ideas or whatever. And you know as well as I do, and Andrew knows, we've seen a lot of people come and go, man. A lot of people that came with all this talk. Do you remember? You know how many people?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just all this.
We see them all the time.
All this.
Countless.
Oh yeah, and I have this and this and this, and this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. 2 weeks later, they're not in Medellin.
Right.
The fact that you're in Éxito, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, who else do we know that's in Éxito? Sean
Yeah.
and Hija Mia, they're trying to get their cold brew and some of their products out there. They're going into gyms and into whatever. But Éxito, I think, is the first person that I know from our generation that's got products in Éxito.
Right. Yeah. And yeah,
a big
talking
deal.
about people coming in and out of the city. So when I play basketball, sometimes I'm known to trash talk.
Yeah.
And that's
Really?
and we get somebody like Medellin Basketball Association is our group on Facebook. So we get a lot of people that come in and out of the city.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm getting beat or when someone's trash talking me, I'll be like, "Yeah, you're just passing by here. You're not gonna. I won't see you next week." And then literally like,
Yeah.
and next week they won't be here.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, damn, I have so many questions. So back to the bottling, just because this really intrigues me. So you've got the glass containers. Why don't you guys bottle in aluminum?
You mean can?
Yeah.
Bottle in a can?
Sorry. Why don't you?
Yeah, because you call me out on some crazy shit. I'm gonna call y'all talking about bottling in a can.
Package in,
God damn it.
in an aluminum bottle.
okay,
this
it's
is
an
Voltron.
Wait, would this be a
Fucking
bottle?
the Voltron.
A bottle is only glass?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen a wooden bottle? What kind of crazy shit? Okay, you know, Voltron, fuck you.
Voltron.
What is it called?
Voltron.
Voltron. That Transformer. Drinking the Transformer Voltron rum.
My question is, why don't you can?
Why did we choose glass? let's
Yeah,
say?
but why don't you do it now? I mean, it's
Can.
like you have.
Yeah, we found this maquila we talked about, and they are actually providing a machinery for plastic bottles and for glass bottles.
Would
They
you
don't
do
have-
cans?
It's a good question. I actually thought about it. Would you prefer cans to
Would
drink
you
it?
do cans? If I came
I-
up to you today and said we're canning, would you consider it?
I think yes. We would put the same deposit on it.
It's
we would
probably cheaper.
recollect them.
Yeah.
So like to not have a negative environmental
Okay,
impact, but like it could be cheaper, could be more accessible, and it's also like it doesn't have to be like this bold, ugly ass thing.
Yeah, yeah.
There's cans that are way slimmer and they
Yeah,
look
yeah.
better.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just saw some products on Carulla actually, Colombian products, like energy drinks. You always relate cans to energy drinks or to beers. That's one thing, but like it's something that's very cool. We would have to check out like my thing about it would be like a little bit a technical thing because we have the fruit pulp and it sits down in the bottle, right? So I don't know how this reacts in a can. I don't know if you just shake it and then it's
Yeah.
good like a iced tea or something. But we would have to figure out. But I'm actually interested. So if somebody out there knows about somebody that can fill in Colombia in cans, please write us.
We might be able to talk to you very
You're talking to him
shortly.
right now.
We're talking to us. We're
Okay,
really-
that's
this
why
is
he's
why-
so much focusing
So
on
this
that.
is a very chauvinistic
Okay.
product, is what I noticed. It's like it's built for. It's a chauvinistic product. When you before you open a bottle of Dcada, what do you have to do?
You have to shake it up.
Show me. How do you shake the? Wait, give me
a bottle. Yeah.
What do you do before? Do that.
Like snap.
No, see, that's not what he did earlier. I saw him go like this. And I'm like, this is made for a certain type of individual. Dcada.
Worst joke
This is like, yo, I looked over, he's going like this. He's like, well, I don't know if you gotta go like this. What the fuck, you worse? You made worse jokes than me, man. Yeah, you go like, oh.
Okay.
You gotta.
Okay, yeah, it's snap.
You gotta.
Snap.
Yeah.
I've heard the snap.
Snapple.
You gotta-
trademark that.
You gotta.
Because of the sound?
Yeah.
It's the Snapple?
Yeah, that's that.
You gotta pretend that you got a horse dick in your hand.
All right, just cut this all out right now.
We're not cutting any of this out. Pretend you have a horse dick in your hand and open the bottle of Dcada. That's the slogan. That's the slogan. That's the slogan. No
Cool,
bathroom
yeah,
break.
so
We keep this
that's
going.
why we prefer the cans.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fragile masculinity.
right. So you're not canning yet, but you explore the. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we would never do is plastic bottles.
Right.
It's just like because you taste it when you get the drink in your mouth.
And
No.
the whales are eating them, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, never.
Yeah,
but
of course.
but cans is a different story.
Truth.
Well, and then okay, so the bottling is great. The canning, we got to that. Another point that I want to make is to those of you that are listening and that want to maybe start a business someday or come to Colombia and do business.
Don't.
Well, it's not don't. I mean, you gotta do stuff, right? You gotta do. This is what life is about, right? And but we get to learn through people's experiences. So in 2014, when you guys opened and started, how many hours were you working?
Oh man. Oh, that's a very hard question for the founders. You know, it's countless hours, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
And
okay,
it's-
let's
it
say
hasn't
in a
changed.
day there's 24 hours. How many hours of that day were you working on your
We are
business?
constantly working, and we are too, right? Like I haven't known a lot of people that set up their company on their own. I have no clue how they do it because we were two of us, and we still are, my brother and me, and we are working like a lot. I'm not counting the hours because I love my work,
love it, yeah.
and it doesn't feel too much like work, even if there's obviously stuff that's like better and other stuff that's a little bit more annoying. But like I work from 50 to 60 hours a week.
50 to
on
60
average.
hours a week when you started, and now?
No,
Right now,
constantly.
right now.
And this is 2019,
Yeah,
which is
4 years later.
4 years, 5 years later.
Yeah.
You're still working the same amount of hours.
Yeah.
You're still.
That's why I always say when people come up to me like, "What's your consult on open up a business?" It's just one thing: you have to do something that you love. Because you're gonna be with that baby all over it, and people are gonna critic you and give you shit about it without knowing anything about it. And when you then have to say, "Oh yeah, you're right, it's really fucked up product," man, you're never gonna walk it through, never.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to fall in love with the thing you do, just as much as you love your services you're offering.
Yeah.
I love Dcada, I love this product, so it doesn't feel like 50 or 60 hours. Maybe it sounds a lot, but it's okay. It's like.
Did you ever feel like shutting down?
Oh yeah.
Of course. Tell me about that, because we all get to that. I think we've gotten to that point where you're like,
of course,
fuck this, and somebody. Oh, so 2 questions in one. Mm-hmm. Did you ever feel like shutting down, and what caused you not to shut down?
Cool. With what you said before, all these people that came here with their huge ideas and like so like even in love with the city and wanting to stay here, wanting to build up something, even investing money in the city, and then for some reason they won't make it. Of course, you feel like cool that I'm still here, but it's always the moment when you think, oh, what if I have to go someday? What if we can't make it? If for some reason it doesn't work out. So it's constantly something that's coming up. And then there are bad times. We just like last month, November, it was a horrible month. We didn't sell shit. I can't explain you the reasons. Even if we're in Caloocan and we're in Exito, we still have very bad months after 4 years.
I know why.
And that's you know why?
Of course.
Why?
Because December's going. This is going to be a shit month for you too.
Why?
Because motherfuckers aren't coming out here trying to drink organic
Everybody's
juices.
on
They're drinking.
beer. Yeah, but like we
Voltron.
This is the 4th year, so we can compare at least to the other Novembers. It was like compared to where we at right now, it shocked us a little bit. Yeah, and that's exactly the moment when you think, hey, man, this product is never gonna go where we want it to be. Maybe I'd better like get my shit together and try to sell, like pay off my loans and so on. But like then immediately, and that's the good thing about like not being alone, because I think when you're alone and you have to face this all by yourself, man, that's where it eats you up. And I can immediately call my brother on WhatsApp and say, hey, I have a bad day, and he says, hey, no, what you know, I just talked to that guy from that supermarket in Germany and they're gonna buy, and then I'm back in, right? I immediately drawn in again and focusing, going back to work, and we're gonna make it work. So
I think I don't know. I mean, I've been, call it, in business and friendship with Andrew for quite a while now, and To be honest,
never had sex though.
Maybe tonight
you
on
just
the
wait,
Twitter.
big boy. No, but what you're saying is for real, and something my dad always says. So a problem that my brother, who's also an entrepreneur, struggles with. He doesn't have a sidekick. He doesn't have somebody that's like gonna be there, and it's fucking tough, man. It's fucking like I talked about this before when photography was was my main source of income, and I lost all my equipment. And if honestly, if Andrew and my other friend Scott weren't there, I'd have probably gone home because I was down to 20,000 pesos, no equipment, and they're like, well, Andrew has a more brute, forceful, very crude, not try to butter it up way. He's like, you better get the fuck up off the floor and stop crying and getting fucking blah blah. I'm like, oh shit. All right, yep, you're pretty right.
He's
I'm
right,
like a little bitch laying in the corner. Sorry for the word bitch, but that's the definition of bitch. Laying in a corner and letting life trample you. And so you get up and you're like, yo, if these guys are saying that and they're looking down and saying, hey, there's some sort of hope. I can see the hope. You have hope. You know, it's unbelievable in business, I think, to have somebody there that you can, that's like, it's sort of yin and yang, whether it's positive, negative, whatever. And that's like, I mean, that's amazing, man.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Shout out to your brother. What's his name?
Shout out to Constantine.
Constantine.
Drink with us. Drink with us.
We call
Get your
him
fucking
Connie.
bum in the air.
Connie.
The big con man.
We used to have a name for him too.
What was his name?
Chung.
Oh, Connie
Chung. By the way, Connie Chung. Remember that? Fuck, man. Because we can't remember names, so we use like rhyming couplets.
Yeah,
and
we
shit.
use.
Connie Chung.
You know who Connie Chung is?
No.
Connie Chung is one of the biggest.
Most famous.
She is an Asian woman. Chung. That
Asian American.
an Asian American woman that was.
Cheers to Connie Chung and Connie Jessen.
Connie Chung. Connie. Constantine.
Constantine. Oh. But that's how we remember Connie. Actually, that's how we used to study.
Cool.
I used to have these. Used to associate names with people and different things. But she's one of the, I'd call it most decorated announcers, sort of like what's his face.
Like news anchor? Or?
Yeah, she's an anchor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so Connie Chung is like a fucking.
And
a
you ever
staple.
watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
They do the Asian Trisha Takanawa. It's based on Connie Chung.
Yeah.
So
Okay, got it.
Connie Chung.
Chung.
Yeah, and his brother's not Asian, obviously.
I mean, you're my brother,
Maybe.
and you're like Mexican,
Brother from another mother,
Mexican American.
a sister from another mister. So Heinrich,
Maneuver.
how big is your company now?
Okay, we are growing every year. We have been starting pretty small, but like we are closing down this year with about like 100,000 bottles sold. So we are
100,000 bottles.
getting better and better. Next year, there are like some exportation deals coming in, which is gonna make it possible for us to really scale
To how
for
much?
the first time. Goal for next year is maybe like double up again or a little bit more.
200,000.
Yeah.
So because you're German, you got this shit written down in stone somewhere. There's some guy right now carving your business plan and numbers
It
out.
depends on so many factors, but
Yeah.
this would be like what we would be expecting for next year.
And how many employees do you have?
We are at the moment we are like 10,
You are 10, and everyone's
but
here.
that's including my brother and me.
Yeah, that's everyone here in Medellin.
No, we have 2 people in Bogota because Bogota is more and more becoming our main market in Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have 1 girl on the coast in Barranquilla, Cartagena, and we have 1 girl in Cali.
Is she picking mangoes?
No, those are sellers.
Oh.
And if we would include all the farmers' families, it would be
Okay.
way. It's like included in our processes. There are more than 750 people.
Oh,
the
shit, that's
mango
what we're
pickers,
talking about.
The people that make the
So
panela.
you're affecting 750 lives basically directly.
Exactly.
You know,
So that's a different number.
That's amazing. In my head, I saw this beautifully dressed girl with like the logo on her back picking mangoes. But that's not what's
she's
up.
just a seller. She's a seller, very good, and
Yeah.
the same in Cali.
She beautiful?
Selling girl. Oh yeah.
Damn, that
Can
was
we-
my
can
next
you-
Shout
question.
out to
Can you-
Lauren Niebles.
What's her name?
Lauren Niebles.
Dang, someone like
Miel.
Miel means like honey. She's called what?
She's
Laura
my little
honey bottom?
My little what?
What is a miel? I don't know. He said Laura Mieles. I don't know what it's. Someone wait. Can we throw her photo and Instagram up on here?
No,
I don't.
Ask her.
You cannot do that.
Why?
Because she's mine. She's mine.
She's yours.
All mine. Yeah.
What is this? Not a recruitment set. Anyways,
Well,
let's get back
she's
to the
not
real
mine.
deal.
She probably wouldn't even want me. So anyway, Henrik maneuver.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your business, because I don't even know our demographic, to be honest, but I'm assuming that it's many people that want to come and live in Medellin, maybe to stay and maybe live for a little bit,
Yeah.
or just visit. But there are probably people that want to start a business. So how do you deal with, for example, the paperwork and the accounting in your business?
We have an assistant. She's doing the prep work of all of that, and then we have an accountant
That closes.
We have been with the same accountant for 5 years.
What's your accountant's name?
Natalia Acevedo.
Hey.
Shout out.
Very
Shout
good.
out
That's
because
the
that's a big thing. As you said, you affect 750 lives. You could make Natalia's day today if just two people who are looking for an account. Does she speak English?
No.
Just German?
No.
Okay, great. All right, for real. Just Spanish. Who the fuck speaks
Chinese.
Spanish?
Connie Chong.
She's Connie Chong. I got it. Chinese.
She's got to be able to communicate with your brother, right? Speaks Chinese. So she handles the accounting.
Yeah, she does the accounting. So and then we have lawyers for like if it.
Who's your lawyer?
For visa things, of course, we rely on Alan Gongora.
Yeah,
motherfucking Alan Gongora. More than 5 years of running. Alan Gongora.
Let's drink to Alan.
I don't want to drink anymore. Just give me some organic apple.
I'll do a shot of Dcada.
Some beverages.
Yeah, do the shot. Cheers.
Why is the song going so long? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So no bullshitting on visa questions, of course.
Wait. So what kind of visa are you on here?
It's the TP7.
Business owner visa?
Business owner visa, yeah. First, when we came here back in the days, we were old school, as Joel said. It was like for 1 year, and they upped it to 3 years. So last year I got a new visa, and for the first time it was for 3 years. I was like, whoa, I won't be having to go to Migra next year. How cool is that?
Yeah, don't you feel like a champ?
Fuck,
You walk differently. It's like your balls can just relax. You can just like strut through the street. That's the way I was, man. I walk differently.
You gotta stop wearing tighty whities.
On the migración.
Let your balls relax.
Those fuckers, man. Like, it's always the worst day of the year to be on the migración.
How many 1 year visas did you renew?
Like 3 or 4.
Bro, I know. It sucks. Like, honestly, so check it out. So 5 years, if you get this visa called the TP7, which I call the toilet paper 7, because I wipe my ass with it. No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Got a point there.
Yeah. So you do it. So the rules are such: if you renew this visa every year for 5 years, you get residency.
Yeah.
So these motherfuckers, on my final year, where I'm like, I put in the work, I put the hard work in. They're like, we're gonna give you 3 more. I'm like, I don't need your 3. I'm a resident now. And so all of you people coming in here and getting your 3-year visa from the start, that's why I said we're old school. We're back in the 1-year visa days. The days where you have to go to Migración and be nice to you motherfuckers that are the worst people on earth.
It's like worse than the DMV.
Worse. Hey, what's your experience like going in to get your cedula? Remember that? And by the way, so people can understand, this Migración bullshit. It's like every year you renew your visa. So you pay Alan, collect the money. You do a good job. And then right after you get the notice from Alan, who is apparently working with these migration people, that says you have to renew your cedula. And your cedula is your little ID, like your little green card. And you have to renew it every year. These fuckers have your fingerprints, your eye scan, and everything in their system, and you do it every year.
Of course.
And you go back and
how come your
money.
fingerprint changes?
Yeah,
exactly.
Why do you have to go fingerprint every fucking year?
So you do it.
The whole idea about a fingerprint is it doesn't change.
It doesn't change.
I would never.
It's a fingerprint. It's a print.
And it literally makes no sense. And then not only that, but I don't know if you have ever seen I don't know. You go to Migración in Belén.
Oh, I fucking hate that place.
like this strong dude,
Yeah.
bald hair like you,
Yeah.
and like he doesn't take your fingerprints, he breaks your fingers, man. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he wants to like keep your fingers there, like just in case. Dude, man, come on.
Wait.
That's good. That's good.
Firstly, the other thing. No. Secondly, other than the bald-headed motherfuckers out there that make our lives hell, grow some hair. But the other thing that pisses me off is you go to extend your tourist visa, to get a business visa, and you go in there, and this is the scene: 900 people, a sea of fucking people, crying babies, all that shit. Maybe, and there's like 6 people. And 4 are on fucking WhatsApp. You're like, are you WhatsApping right now? I took my whole morning off and they just literally, I don't know if they're unionized, but you cannot get angry at them. And behind them, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. They have these signs that say, talk about tolerance and being nice to people. And they're on WhatsApp. So you can literally have your appointment. And I've been in there. I booked my appointment for 8:30 in the morning and left at 11. Because when they chose to attend to me, was 10:30 after their WhatsApp call. So that's my bitching, that's my venting. Know that if you're gonna come and do your visa and stuff, it's not like a smooth flowing process. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. So I bitched.
Thank you, Joel, for pitching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on to your, I guess your business. Let's talk about your employees. Like, how did you find employees? Was it easy to find employees? Have you ever had bad employees?
It's a good question because it always comes up whenever I sit down with my fellow foreign entrepreneurs from all over the world. It's always a topic because we are all maybe used different administration of employees and also different processes of finding them and so on. And so everybody has this question, and we, in our years, we haven't found like the perfect way. The best experience we ever made was with contacts. Just as it goes in Colombia, and like everything works fine here if we have good contacts. It's the same. It's always better for us to ask our employees and ask our friends if they recommend somebody, even if they are not even like the best from their CV or if they're with the most experience. But they will like give a little bit more effort, bring a little bit more effort to the table because of this peer pressure.
Is that how
they
you
were
found your
brought in
accountant?
by a friend.
Is that how you found your accountant?
That was we had like a consulting firm company here in Colombia. They recommended them. Yeah, of course.
Okay. You recommend them?
Yes, of course. Them not, but her.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. But she's not looking for clients. But I would definitely. I'm working with her for.
She's
for
not
5
looking
years.
for clients.
No, she enjoys her
Freedom.
Yeah, she has like 5 clients, and she's.
That's so funny. Like Andrew runs a marketing firm, and he's still webcamming.
Let's talk about being out of debt. You were talking about debt. You mentioned debt. Obviously, you got some loans. You started the business. How long did it take you from 2014 to actually get out of debt and get into the black where you guys are actually making money?
This will be maybe surprising, but we never have made any money out of that. And that's something that in the beverage market is very normal. So from the first moment on, we told this to our investors, not maybe as the first topic, but at some point when they were interested, to like, this is a business that takes time because it's a physical product. Mm-hmm. And every fucking bottle we want to sell, we have to produce it first. So it doesn't just scale at some moment from 100,000 to 1 million, but it's always going to be those baby steps. Yeah. And to be really big, we have to reinvest almost all the money that comes into marketing, into sales. That's why we got so many girls on the calls and in CADA right now. That's all something that we can make with the money that comes in, and that's better for us on the long term than just like keeping that money and calling ourselves being in black numbers. It's always also very easy to say that, and losing money every month is not so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it sometimes can be frustrating.
Well, whose back is that on? The investors? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like actually we both came out of our studies and we didn't have a lot of capital our own. So it's mostly family, friends, and some business angels by now.
Yeah.
And
but they believe in your brand. They believe in the vision.
we always try to be very transparent. Hopefully, there's nobody out there right now like shaking their head and saying,
Yeah.
But like from like what we try to be is always very transparent. We have the business knowledge. We know how the beverage market works worldwide. You can ask any beverage founder if they have at any point made any money out of this, or if they just keep on reinvesting all of the time until it gets so big that they sell the company.
Is that
It's
what
possible.
is that
Hatsu, the founder of Hatsu, I was at a presentation of his. He always brags about how Hatsu never made a single dollar.
Really?
And then he sold like it's a huge sum. So it's not for us. Woo!
Wow. I honestly,
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Business-wise, I never knew that.
So you have to be a big believer in your product.
Yeah, of course.
And your vision, your mission. Wow.
Is our surrogate giving birth now, or what's? I don't know. He's surrogate.
and
that was the last
keep on
shot.
growing, right? Everything is about growth.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, man. I've never met anyone in the beverage industry, so this is all new for me.
Yeah. But if you talk to the 20 Mission guys, for example, they are just struggling with the same. They just started like a year ago or 2 years ago. So maybe they still have to find out some of the stuff that we already learned. But if I'm in exchange with them and some of the employees, it's the same. It's just like it's trying to keep the structure alive while they're growing.
Is that Darby?
Yeah, Darby.
Listen,
William.
Darby.
Come here.
Oh, he'll be on.
Hey, Darby. Get your ass on the show and talk about trying to have one of the biggest craft beer brands in the country right now, Darby.
Such a nice
the only
place,
man, one of how many people was it? 3,000 people that have spent a winter in Antarctica or wherever he was. He's one of
great
them.
picture.
He told me about that.
Yeah.
And Darby Butts, get your ass on the Medellin podcast now. Well, you'll be the second guest of 2020. The Dcada.
Yeah.
We got to
Dude, it's great. It's not as bad as it looks.
So you dating somebody right now? What's going on?
Oh yeah, that's a huge switch over to my.
Oh
life.
yeah, that's how we like to do it.
Fuck your business.
Fuck your business.
So go and close.
Fuck the Dcada, bitch. Okay, wait. Yeah.
I used to be together with a Colombian girl for 5 years.
Okay.
And that I ended it this year in May.
Okay.
Half a year ago.
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah, I never gotten back to her, so it was a good decision. But I'm still on that, right? Like I'm still trying to just live my life, finding out how it feels to be alone again and stuff.
5 years is a long.
It's a long time. I've never had a relationship like that before.
Wait, so you were dating her the whole time you've been here?
Yeah, after a year or something, I got to know her, and then we've been actually together. For
I know why they broke up. He came with some fucking weird mango juice.
He's
Some
like,
shit that didn't taste like the real Dcada.
can I strap on a mango? So
Can I strap on a mango? That never happened. We're gonna try to delete that, but it might not happen because anyways, no strapping on of mangoes on this
Yeah.
shit.
No offense. Let's
No
go.
offense.
so you were dating this girl for 5 years. You guys just broke up. So now you're single, ready to mingle. You're ready to get hurt again.
Yes.
So do you how do you meet people now? Are you meeting anyone?
Yeah, me as a not drinker. I'm
As a what?
as a non-drinker.
What is that, like a fucking Facebook group? You got a non-drinker? What the fuck is this German ass bullshit? Me as a non-drinker, we have two categories of people in the
No,
three.
he's a nun drinker. He only eats nuns. He only fucks nuns.
I drink them out.
What is that word you used, Andrew?
He
It's
only-
not this.
he only
Wait,
fucks-
what was
What?
that
What?
sound? There's so much stuff going on right now. He's a non-drinker and he's going. I don't know what.
I'm drinking out the nun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow, man. Shit. You're
So
focused.
all right. So as a non-drinker, how do you meet people?
Yeah, I obviously don't go out at night so much anymore because I
Yeah.
stopped drinking at
Yeah.
some point. And before it was way easier, of course, to get in touch. I love dancing, so
Yeah.
that's like back in the days. I used to live in Costa Rica when I was
Okay.
younger, like
Tico.
with 25 at Tico.
Yeah, Tico.
And the Ticos are something like the Paisas. They're very interested, very open-minded.
Yeah.
So you always get in touch, and the easiest way is with dancing. I found that out in Costa Rica,
Yeah.
and this was one of the craziest years of my life
Yeah.
when I was 25, and it was fucking cool. And I adapted that here. So back in the days, I got in touch with dancing, like
And
quite a lot.
have you ever Googled, not Googled, but have you ever been to your favorite porn channel and put in Tico porn?
No, should I do that?
Wait, I may or may not. Hey, don't judge me, fuckers.
I do Paisa,
You
though.
can if you do Paisa. Wait. I'm gonna this is for real. I may or may not today have put Tika porn in a fucking search engine.
Today. Oh.
Damn, Joe, that's horrible.
Nobody will ever.
Right before the show, I have to get
nobody
clear
will,
the pipes.
one thing that's for sure, nobody will ever put in German.
I do.
Yeah.
Wait, firstly, let's get a whole. I could carry all.
Joel does German Shyster.
German
porn.
poop. That's poop.
Shyster porn?
Is that Shyster's pooping? How do you
what's
say
that about?
How do you say pooping?
What's that?
Yeah,
Don't act
Shyster.
all surprised. You know
I
what
don't
it is.
do-
I have no clue about it, but Scheisse is poop.
I will show you.
Okay, hold on.
Welcome
For
to
real,
the
for
dark
real.
side.
Juan's girlfriend, Juan F. Kennedy, Juan Cano, whose girlfriend's German. I always talk to her. I'm like, why do you guys have the most fucked up porn in the world? You guys, meaning you Germans, have the craziest shit in the world.
Really?
Do you know that?
No.
Yeah.
I never. I would never
listen.
look for.
You're not drinking, so you're not going out tonight. Go home, open up your little Google browser, and put in German porn, and it will surprise you who you are. It will.
You got-
Germans are fucking crazy.
Well,
I'm like,
I've been-
wait, what?
So my goal this year
That's
was
the
like
biggest
a year with no porn.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was this year.
Yeah, this year.
How's
Yeah.
that going for you?
Did you?
I did well until January 3rd of this year. No, I'm just kidding.
3 days, no porn.
No, but really, I think it's better when you don't watch porn because I think porn desensitizes you to a point. So
it also
very
shows you
sensitive.
possibilities.
So we have a question from the audience over here. In the audience, we have Drew Crawford, who was on episode what? I forget episode. It was like 14. Yeah, episode 14. And you have a question about business. So what's your question?
Sure. So when actually launching a product here in Colombia, kind of what is the process of actually getting it approved, especially a product that's consumable, right? I mean, like people, their health is in jeopardy if you don't do things right.
Very good question. Thank you very much, Drew. You need to get the INVIMA seal in Colombia for medication and for food and beverage. Everybody else can just launch their product, right? Like, because it doesn't put anybody's health at risk. But we needed to get the INVIMA seal to be able to sell the first bottle. Obviously, a lot of people don't do it because just as for the copyright, which we had in the beginning, there's not an entity really behind that and looking after products on the market when it's smaller products that don't have the INVIMA thing. And the INVIMA is also very costly. We have to renew it every 5 years, and it costs like 5 million pesos, like almost $2,000, $1,500. That's a lot of money for small businesses. So we have a lot of competitors smaller than us that don't have an INVIMA. This is a competitive advantage and disadvantage because they don't have to take care of certain standards, which we always have to take into account. On the other hand, we are able to sell an Éxito. They don't, because obviously an Éxito is not going to approve a beverage without an INVIMA. So it has two sides to it. We are happy to having done this the legal way from the first day on, but it's a huge hassle. It's a lot of work to do, and now next year we have to renew it. And for us, we're just a commercializing company because we don't actually produce. Our Maquila and Sabaneta, they have way more problems with that, and ask Darby Butts about it, or William, his beer maker.
Right.
Man, they were struggling an entire year with the INVIMA process, and they had to rebuild stuff and stuff. Never happened to us. It still is a pain in the ass.
We
but
heard
that's
it's like
INVIMA.
8 million, which is about what $2,500 to get one product, like one in your line launched.
Exactly. If you produce it yourself,
and
it's even
that's
more
renewable every year.
No, yeah, it can be that for because it's alcoholic, they even have to do it every year. So this is the seal, the proof from the INVIMA, from the government side, and then we additionally have to do the organic seals. Okay. That's also every year. It's not that costly, but also it's a cost factor, and it has other standards which we always have to. There's a lot of documentation. More than all, it's like. Over the whole year, we have to make sure that we can prove where did any fruit come from, where did any bottle sell to, and so on. We're gonna have this on Tuesday, so I'm gonna tell you guys.
Good thing you're sober.
It helps.
Yeah, that's a deep meeting, man. Nobody's coming to us asking us that stuff. Wow, that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far I hope I responded to your question.
Yeah. So I guess the moral of the story is INVIMA. It's basically like getting approved in the United States, like FDA approved.
Exactly.
In Colombia, it would be INVIMA. Yeah. And if you've got INVIMA, then it opens up a bunch of doors for you.
Exactly.
For distributing, right? So where can we find your products?
Cool. We are selling in almost all the bigger retailers in Colombia, which are Éxito, Carulla, regionally in Medellin, we are in Merque Paisa. Regionally in Bogotá, we are in Col Subsidio. And in Cali, you can find us in La 14, which is one bigger chain there that was not so popular here. That's the easiest way to get it, and it's also the cheapest way because it's like 4,500.
Okay.
So
And then we are in a lot of restaurants, cafes.
Okay.
You can go to the website, and there's a map with all the stores.
Great.
and the website will be here posted in this episode.
Wait, who makes your website? Or who handles that?
It's separate. We have one guy that made a website years ago, and everything that has evolved from there has been our own work, WordPress. And then we have the social media, which is Facebook and Instagram.
And he's doing a great. He or she is doing a really
yeah,
good job.
we have a good photographer, the
Yeah.
second best in Medellin after
Of course.
Joel Duncan.
Yeah.
And we have like a texter, and they work together, and they're doing a good job so far.
So, and if you were to flip back 8 years ago, no, 6, starting up Dcada, what would you do differently?
Or what would you tell Henrik?
Heinrich,
Yeah.
what would
Maneuver.
you tell
What would
him?
you say to the maneuver?
Okay,
Here's the
first of
maneuver
all,
you should
Heinrich, you're gonna need a lot more money than you expected.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. Second, try to set this product up for exportation more rapidly because we're only doing this. We have been doing this the whole year. It's a different process. It's different because these markets demand other stuff. And we're good now, but we could have done some of the stuff 2 years or 3 years ago. And we like kind of wasted our time on the Colombian market. Hey, any Colombians, please don't, no offense, because the market is just not so much ready, not as ready
It's
as
not
we
ready.
expected it to be for an organic product, which is so different. And we were thinking that the market would evolve much more rapidly, so we would be good here. But with the experience we have now, we know it's going to take more time. It's no problem, but we need more money from other sources. So maybe we should have gone to exportation like 2 years ago.
That seems like all of our every person here that's other than like a brick and mortar like a hostel. We all say the same thing. Don't depend just on the Colombian market if you really want to be big. Start local, go global.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I guess before we close off the show, on episode 4 or 5, I believe it was. It was episode 6. We had Mike on the show. And we were talking about why Medellin, why we chose to be in Medellin, and then the whole issue of my favorite towel
Yeah.
called Big Red.
Big Red. Like the gum.
You remember Big Red? I think you remember.
know
Well,
Big
let me refresh your memory. So Big Red is a towel that I had that Joel was very ashamed of.
It's a disease.
Disease-infested towel.
Yeah. So I mean, I had this towel that I would carry everywhere. I'd go to the gym with it. I'd take a shower. It was a red towel. And Joel would call it Big Red because I'd take it to the gym, and he would be super embarrassed by it because
He'd
nobody.
lay it out on the machines. He'd be doing curls, and he'd lay Big Red out on like the fucking bench press machine. I'm like, is that necessary? Is that really necessary?
That's how I
Big Red.
claimed my territory.
Yeah.
One day we were over here at the Manila basketball court playing, and you ran into Joel's back.
I thought I ran into Big Red, man.
No, but then your nose was bleeding, and I gave you BigRed.
What did you do with Big Red?
Where is Big Red? God damn it, I miss it so
Where is
much.
Big
Damn! Hey, dude, you should have told me that,
That's
and then
my
I would have
favorite
brought it.
He has it.
I got no Big Red.
He has Big
Fuck,
Red.
of course, I have this.
You have Big Red?
Of course, man. How should I fucking know?
You still have it. You still have Big Red.
Hey,
Okay. Like, it was my nose was bleeding quite hard, so maybe I just threw it away, and I have another red towel.
no. If
like,
you have Big Red,
Is it ripped? Is it
that
ripped?
is framed
hey,
Big Red.
people,
Does it have a hole
I'm
in
gonna go home, take a picture, and we're gonna send it out here, and then you can say if it's Big Red or not.
If it has a hole in it, does it have a hole?
Yeah.
No,
It looks shitty as hell, man.
If we find Big Red, because I got a really good insurance out here, I'm gonna send it away for tests to figure out what kind of diseases.
I can't
To the Invima. It has to be and then
if they find out that you have Big Red in your house, the CADA is done.
it's done.
There is no
And I demand that if it's a Big Red, and I'm pretty positive about it, Andrew has to make one episode sitting on Big Red on the chair.
I will interview Big Red. So Big Red.
How was it?
That was one of the craziest fucking days.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Everyone-
dude, man, fuck.
Everyone, we found Big Red.
I can't believe you still have Big Red.
Of course,
I miss
man.
it
I
so
take
much.
care.
That's some struggling business shit right there. You're like,
And
yo,
Joel
I
was so
broke my-
happy that Big Red had gone.
I know. Armin Hill, hey, Henrik Maneuver, Dcada, founder of Dcada. We are overly grateful that you would take some time out of your alcohol, drug-free life, pure fruit life, to be here with us drinking the Voltron drinks and whatever, to talk about your business. I'm sure that if anybody is starting a business, especially where the CPGBs or whatever, the consumer product business, what's it called, Drew?
Consumer product goods.
Say that again, an acronym.
Consumer product goods.
CPGs.
Consumer product goods.
If you're gonna start a consumer product good, this is the first person on the podcast with a consumer product good that's in Éxito, that has survived the warfare that we call Medellin and business. Thank you very much for being here, man. It
was a pleasure.
And thank you for being our first sober guest with a surrogate called Drew. Pink as fuck.
Cool. Yeah. Whoever has a question, just come up to me. I'm always happy to answer and look through ideas or just like sit together. No problem whatsoever. If anybody is interested in kind of consulting or something like that, we're also offering that. So just come closer and without any fear. Huh?
Are those real shark
Sin
teeth?
miedo.
Are
That's
those
real shark teeth.
What the fuck
Bad,
kind
that's
of
bad.
conservationist? What do you call
They
these
can find them in
fuckers?
the ground.
We don't
they're
actually
not
have to
holding
kill
on to
sharks
the
for
shark.
that.
Yeah, kill shark. We
So
just
for those of you watching or listening, you guys can also follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. You can also go on any platform that does podcasts and find us. The big ones are Spotify and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts
and red.
and Big Red.
Big Red podcast.
And if you want to find Dcada, you could go on Instagram. Just search Dcada and or Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So thank you, Henrik. You've been awesome. Thank you, Drew.
It was a big pleasure, man.
I love the fact
Thank
that you
you,
called
Joel.
Heinrich to the end.
Thank you,
The maneuvers.
Felipe.
Thank you very much.